everyone, so I'm going to be talking about my Yalc book haul and my experience at Yalc in this video, as it's now a week after and I've had time to digest it. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do my book haul first and then my experience at the whole thing, because basically that goes linearly because I spent all my money on the Friday morning. So the first 4 books I got at the Waterstones bit because they had quite a few early copies, so I made sure I went there first so I could grab the early copies before they went out of stock, because I desperately wanted to get early copies because I have a problem. I was like, I might not ever read, well, I know I'm going to read these because they're offers that I care about, but it's also like, I have to get early copies because they're early copies, even though it makes no difference. So I got these 4 books. One of these this isn't an early copy, but the rest are. So I got, first I got Dying Days by Non Pratt. So this is based on a comic series by Non as well. And basically I think this is just about like friendship and being young and at uni, and it's just like, it's something I'm really into. I love that kind of stuff because it reminds me of my youth. As a 24-year-old woman, I need to be reminded of my youth. But yeah, I really do miss uni sometimes, so like having a book like this and foraying back into that period of my life is like really, it's refreshing for me because I miss it. And then I got Only Love Can Break Your Heart by Catherine Webber, who wrote Wing Jones, which I still need to read. I don't know much about what this book's about. Apparently it's quite sad. It seems to be about like a kind of summer romance or friendship or something that kind of begins to fall apart towards the end of summer. Really excited to read this because Catherine Webber is lovely, and there's so many people I know who have read Wing Jones and loved it, so I can't wait to read this when I get around to it, although I still haven't read Wing Jones. I'm an absolute fail. And then the final early copy I got from Waterstones was Are We All Lemmings and Snowflakes by Holly Bourne, which is just about people finding out that no one's normal, everyone's different, and it's about treating people nicely, and the world is just a messed up place, and about people finding their place in the world, I think. And I really love Holly Bourne's work. This is the first book I actually own of hers. I have one on ebook, but I've always taken her stuff out from the library because I like using my library and I like supporting British authors through the library, because I just find they're easy to find in the British libraries, as well as just I want to show that there is demand for them, obviously. Yeah. And then the other book I bought in Waterstones, which wasn't an early copy, was I Was Born for This by Alice Oseman, which is about a girl who is a major fan of a boy band called The Ark, and the boy who is in the band called The Ark. And it basically details how their lives collide. Like, there's like a lead up to them meeting and then it meets or whatever. Apparently it's really funny and really nice and interesting, and I liked Radio Silence by Alice Oseman, but that's the only book of hers I've read, and I really need to read more of her books because everyone loves her. So yeah, and I love it's orange. Like, I don't think I have any orange books on my shelves. Like, some yellows but not orange. Yeah. So that's why I got Waterstones, and then what did I do after that? I cannot even remember. Oh, I went to my kind of book stand, who are Macmillan, and I randomly walked up. Well, I walked up because I saw they were giving away drinks, and I thought, oh, okay, I'll get a drink. Didn't realise that they were giving away drinks as part of giving away 3 Dark Crowns by Ken Brake, which I've had on my radar for a while, but I just haven't like picked up. And they didn't have any drinks left, but I got a book anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And they were giving out 100 copies of this, which was really good, I thought. It's basically about like 3 sisters who are fighting to get the crown, and I don't know much else about it. Again, I don't know much about the books I pick up, apparently. But they have 3 different powers, and the drinks were based around powers. So one of them's like dealing with the elements and like fire, one of them's good with poison, and one of them's like good with animals and stuff, and I picked up the one that was like good with animals because I love animals. I've heard so many good things about this book. Apparently this one is a bit slow to start off with and then gets really good, but I know a lot of people love this series, so. And then also at the Macmillan stand I picked up another early copy, and that is My Secret YouTube Life by Charlotte Seeger, which is about a YouTuber and a YouTuber's fan, and they live and like somehow their lives collide, I think, and so the YouTuber has everything the non-YouTuber wants, and I don't really know much else about it, but I'm a sucker for things to do with like YouTube and social media and books. I don't know why, but I love it. And then I went to the Interlude Press stand because they had a bunch of, well, they're like a kind of indie press, and they had a couple of books I saw on Twitter that I really wanted in physical copies, and I knew getting them elsewhere would be expensive, but then it was also kind of expensive at their stand, but I'm not making a big deal of that because it's an American book company, so it happens. But I wanted to pick up Running with Lions by Julian Winters, which I have read on ebook and love. It is like a really sweet contemporary about a football team who is very inclusive, and I'm saying football team as in like soccer football, not American football, but it's about a team who are very inclusively, like, they accept all races, all sexualities, and they don't let other people put them down for that. And it's about Sebastian and Mir, who used to be friends and then they stopped being friends, and then stuff starts developing with them when Amir joins the football team. So yeah, I really like this book. I had a couple problems with it, but overall I really liked it, and I kind of really want to reread it, but I've got so many other things to read. And then I picked up Not Your Sidekick by C.B. Lee, which I've been wanting to read for ages, but I've never not been able to pick it up because it is quite expensive, because again it's coming from America, so it's all import fees and stuff. But I wanted to pick it up at the stand to show that there was an interest in the UK for this book, and hopefully maybe there'll be a UK book deal for it or something like that. At least they'll promote it better or something. But apparently this is like a diverse superhero book with a lot of LGBT rep. I don't know what exactly that is. I think there's maybe a bi character, because the author herself is bi, and it's about like heroes and villains and stuff. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this because I've seen so much hype on Twitter, so yeah. And then I went to the hashtag read stand, who are Simon & Schuster, and I picked up 3 books for the price of £10, which I thought was an amazing deal. So the main one I wanted to pick up was Save the Date by Morgan Matson. I've been meaning to pick this up for a long time, but I thought I would definitely pick it up there because 3 books for £10 is an absolute steal when this book is normally £7.99. I read The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson a couple years ago and absolutely adored it and gave it 5 stars, and I feel like this is more of this cute summer contemporary I like from Morgan Matson, as opposed to the I read Amy and Roger's Epic Detour and I wasn't as massively fussed on that. I feel like I like her later stuff a lot more, so I definitely want to pick this up, and I love the pinks, and yeah, it just sounded really cute. It's about a girl whose big sister is getting married, so everyone comes back to town and things start going on a bit of a mess, and there's a cute wedding planner's nephew, and everything goes a bit hectic, I think, but I think I'm going to absolutely adore this, and I can't wait to get to it soon because I really want to read this soon, but I've got so many books I need to read. So because of that, I then picked up a couple books at Simon & Schuster. So the first one I picked up, which I actually had an interest in. The other one I had to pick up a book to make it the 3 for £10 deal, but that's not a problem because it's another book that I will get to anyway. So this was Jinx by Amy McCulloch, who also goes by the name Amy Alward, I think that's her name, who wrote The Potion Diaries. I don't know why she's got 2 names unless she wants to keep one for like younger novel. I don't know. But yeah, this is about a girl who is in STEM, which I love. Women in STEM is everything I'm all about, and yeah, it just sounded really interesting. I don't know if I don't really know what to. Right. So it's about a girl who wants to get into big tech industry. No, it's about a girl who wants to get into a big tech firm, and she needs to get into a very special school to get there, but she doesn't have the money. And then she meets a robotic cat who seems to be real or not real, or she doesn't really understand what's going on with that, but that sounds quite fun. So yeah. And then I picked up Fire from the Tree, which the people at the stand pitched to me as a family novel about a 16-year-old having a baby and then giving it up for adoption, and yeah, I don't really know much about it, but that's fine. I like the cover of it, so yeah. I thought I'd pick up a book I hadn't heard about, because you never know, some books might surprise you. And then I got an ARC of Beneath the Citadel by Destiny Saria. I only got 2 ARCs at Yalc, but that's fine. I get Yalcs at ARCs sent to me and I get them on NetGalley, so I'm not massively fussed. I'd rather have just spent my time having fun than worrying about picking up ARCs. But yeah, I don't actually know much about this book, but I read Ironcast by Destiny Saria and I really liked that book. So I wanted to see, and I felt like her writing could do better with even more time writing, so I wanted to see how she'd improved with this book. And yeah, and I absolutely love the cover. I think it's gorgeous, and yeah. And it's about a city that is ruled by a set of prophecies, and things aren't all the same, and everyone who rules is in the citadel, and all the people who don't are treated like crap, I think. And then the final 3 books I got from Bookmark, who is Hodder and Stoughton, and I adore Hodder and Stoughton. So I picked up Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor, which is the sequel to Daughter of Smoke and Bone, which I haven't read yet and I don't know anything about, because I know I like to go into Laini Taylor books not knowing anything. So I'm not going to talk about that, but I'm sure if you know of Daughter of Smoke and Bone you know what it's about. So, oh, it's nice and floppy. And then I also picked up World After, which is the sequel to Angel Fall by Susan E. And there's a reason I picked up 2 sequels, which I'll tell you in just a second. And again, I don't know much about this book, but I know it's like I think it's a dystopian kind of thing. But I've heard a lot of good things about Angel Fall as well. So yeah, that's why I picked up a sequel, because I've got the first book and I'm going to read it eventually. And there wasn't much else on the stand that I didn't have. And I had to pick up 2 books, because when you bought 2 books, you got a 3rd book, which was an ARC of Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Ngan. I think it's Ngan or Ngan, or I don't know, because I get very confused because the name's NG is said ing, and then you have the name Nguyen, which is Win. So I don't know how you say Ngan, and I don't want to get it wrong. So yeah, but it's about a girl who is, well, it's part of the lowest caste of her society. It is a caste society that is in this. I don't really know much about this, but I've heard it's a sapphic fantasy novel, which I am all about, because we don't get much sapphic fantasy novels, especially written by someone who is Asian, well, Eastern Asian. So I just really wanted to read this, and I'm really excited to get to it, even though I don't know much about it. But I love Asian inspired fantasies. I feel like there's just something about them that's just on a different level to Western fantasies. Maybe because we've been stuck with Western fantasies for a long period of time because of the publishing industry not having an interest in Asian fantasies, and now we're getting a whole load of them, and I've just been enjoying so many of them. So I am really excited to get to this. So that was my book haul. Hey everyone, so you're probably wondering why this is like completely different lighting and a completely different video practically. So I originally filmed this video as like the whole thing of my Yalc experience, so like my book haul and my experience, but it was like a 30-minute long video, so I thought I would split it up into 2 parts and have my book haul and have my experiences in 2 different videos. So, and I didn't film like a ending for the book haul part, obviously, because I thought it wasn't going to be the ending. So this is now my ending. So thanks for watching my book haul. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, Goodreads and Instagram at Smeared Eyes, and follow me on my blog at kirstyreadsblog.wordpress.com, where I post all my reviews, and hopefully we'll be posting reviews for these books at some point. Maybe I will get to them. You never know, but I'm still reading books I bought 2 years ago, so yeah. Give me a like, subscribe to me, put on the notification bell, do all those good things. Thank you for watching. Bye!